Hello, welcome to Live from the Abyss. This is the February Red Mass. And so to start off, I'm going to light the candle. Io Babalon, Io Babalon, Io Babalon. And now I will light the incense. Flame is Our Lady, flame is her hair, I am flame. From lead to gold through body and blood. In nomine Babalon. Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. There is no law beyond do what thou wilt. The Gnostic Creed of Ecclesia Babylon. We affirm and apprehend one secret and ineffable principle, that of one star in the company of stars, of whose fire all are created, and to which all shall return, one Father of life, mystery of mystery, his name Chaos, the sole vice-regent of the sun upon the earth, one air, the nourisher of all that breathes. And we profess one earth, mother of us all, in whose endless black womb, wherein all are begotten, and wherein all shall rest. Mystery of mystery, her holy name Babylon. And we, through revealed gnosis, comprehend the serpent and the lion. Mystery of mystery, their name Baphomet, the universal union of opposites. And we believe in one Gnostic and amalgamated sacramental church of light, life, love, and liberty, made achievable by the egregoric manifestation of the 156 current, subject to the call and the word of whose law is for all, Thelema. And we profess our belief in the communion of saints, and grant the full recognition thereof. And for as much meat and drink are transmuted in us daily into spiritual substance, we know and affirm the miracle of the Mass, and we acknowledge one baptism of wisdom, whereby we accomplish the miracle of incarnation, and one baptism of understanding, whereby we accomplish the miracle of integration. Therefore we affirm our lives, each one absolute, individual, and eternal, that was and is to come, avowing there is no part of us that is not of the gods. Hail Babylon, full of grace, the beast is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst whores, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Holy Babylon, mother of abominations, gather our blood in the golden cup of thy fornication. In nomine Babalon, Amen. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death. This shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Thou art the harlot that shaketh death, this shaking giveth the peace of satiate lust. Immortality jetteth from thy skull, and music from thy vulva. Immortality jetteth from thy vulva also, for thy whoredom is a sweet scent, like a seven-stringed instrument, played unto God the invisible, the all-ruler, that goeth along, giving the shrill scream of orgasm. Hail to thee, O Babalon, who art the mother of abominations and the holy whore, whose love pours out for all her children. Glory to thee, O Babalon, glory to she who guards the abyss from her mystical sea. The grace of her splendor deservedly won. I raise up my cup and sing in rapturous love unto thee. I adore thee. And now I present the recitation of tonight's Holy Book of Thelema, which is the vision from the Vision of the Voice. In Attu 7, the charioteer bears the Grail from the Great Mother. Here is the vision. The charioteer speaks in a low, solemn voice, awe-inspiring, like a very large and very distant bell. To him look upon the cup whose blood is mingled therein. For the wine of the cup is the blood of the saints. Glory unto the scarlet woman, Babalon, the mother of abominations that rideth upon the beast. For she hath spilt their blood in every corner of the earth, and lo, she hath mingled in the cup of her whoredom. With the breath of her kisses hath she fermented it, and hath become the wine of the sacrament, the wine of the Sabbath. And in the holy assembly hath she poured it out for her worshippers. And they have become drunken thereon, so that face to face they beheld my Father. Thus are they made worthy to become partakers of the mystery of this holy vessel, for the blood is the life. So sitteth she from age to age, and the righteous are never weary of her kisses. And by her murders and fornications she seduceth the world. Therein is manifested the glory of my Father, who is truth. This wine is such that its virtue radieth through the cup, and I reel under the intoxication of it, and every thought is destroyed by it. It abideth alone, and its name is compassion. I understand by compassion the sacrament of suffering, partaken of by the true worshippers of the highest. as it is an ecstasy in which there is no trace of pain. Its passivity equals passion, is like the giving up of the self to the beloved. The voice continues, "This is the mystery of Babalon, the mother of abominations, and this is the mystery of her adulteries. The doctrine here set forth is identical with that of the whole mystery of perfection, understanding itself through experience of all possible imperfection, as explained elsewhere in the essay on the Book of Thoth. For she hath yielded up herself to everything that liveth, and hath become a partaker in its mystery. And because she hath made herself the servant of each, therefore she is become the mistress of all. Not as yet canst thou comprehend her glory. Beautiful art thou, O Babalon, and desirable, for thou hast given thyself to everything that liveth, and thy weakness hath subdued their strength. For in that union thou didst understand, therefore art thou called Understanding, O Babalon, Lady of the Night. This is that which is written, O my God, in one last rapture, let me attain to the union with the many, for she is love, and her love is one, and she hath divided the one love into infinite loves, and each love is one, and equal to the one. And therefore she passed from the assembly and the law and the enlightenment unto the anarchy of solitude and darkness. For ever thus must she veil the brilliance of herself. O Babalon, Babalon, thou mighty mother, that ridest upon the crowned beast, let me be drunken upon the wine of thy fornications. Let thy kisses wanton me unto death, that even I, thy cupbearer, may understand. Now, through the ruddy glow of the cup, I may perceive far above, and infinitely great, the vision of Babalon. And the beast whereon she rideth is the lord of the city of the pyramids, that I beheld in the 14th Aether. Now that is gone in the glow of the cup. And the angel saith, Not as yet mayest thou understand the mystery of the beast, for it pertaineth not unto the mystery of this air, and few that are newborn unto the understanding are capable thereof. The cup glows ever brighter and fiercer and fierier. All my sense is unsteady, being smitten with ecstasy. And the angel saith, Blessed are the saints, that their blood is mingled in the cup, and can never be separate any more. For Babalon the beautiful, the mother of abominations, hath sworn by her holy Chitis, whereof every point is a pang, that she will not rest from her adulteries until the blood of everything that liveth is gathered therein, and the wine thereof laid up, and matured, and consecrated, and worthy to gladden the heart of my father. For my father is weary with the stress of eld, and cometh not to her bed. Yet shall this perfect wine be the quintessence and the elixir, and by the draught thereof shall he renew his youth. And so shall it be eternally, as age by age the worlds do dissolve and change, and the universe unfoldeth itself as a rose, and shutteth itself up as the cross that is bent into the cube. And this is the comedy of Pan, that is played at night in the thick forest, and this is the mystery of Dionysus Zagreus, that is celebrated upon the holy mountain of Kithaeron. And this is the secret of the brothers of the rosy cross, and this is the heart of the ritual that is accomplished in the vault of the adepts, that is hidden in the mountain of the caverns, even the holy mountain Abignus. And this is the meaning of the supper of the Passover, the spilling of the blood of the Lamb being a ritual of the dark brothers. For they have sealed up the pylon with blood, lest the angel of death should enter therein. Thus do they shut themselves off from the company of the saints. Thus do they keep themselves from compassion and from understanding. Accursed are they, for they shut up their blood in their heart. They keep themselves from the kisses of my mother Babalon, and in their lonely fortresses they pray to the false moon, and they bind themselves together with an oath and with a great curse. And of their malice they conspire together, and they have power and mastery in their cauldrons. Do they brew the harsh wine of delusion, mingled with the poison of their selfishness. Thus they make war upon the Holy One, sending forth their delusion upon men, and upon everything that liveth. So that their false compassion is called compassion, and their false understanding is called understanding. For this is their most potent spell. Yet for their own poison do they perish. In their lonely fortresses shall they be eaten up by time, that hath cheated them to serve him, and by the mighty devil Choronzon their master, whose name is the second death. For the blood that they have sprinkled on their pylon, that is a bar against the angel Death, is the key by which he entereth in. Thus ends the reading of the vision of this section of the Vision and the Voice. And now I will give my sermon. I want to highlight 2 verses from the book of the law real quick. But to love me is better than all things, Liber Al 161. Invoke me under my stars, love is the law, love under will. Nor let the fools mistake love, for there are love and love. There is the dove, and there is the serpent. Choose ye well, Liber Al 157. Considering this is the month of Valentine's Day, I wanted to talk about the nature of love in relation to Thelema, and more specifically Babalon worship, its connection with Babalon worship. Love in Thelema, also known by the Greek word agape, is not a sentimental or romantic kind of love, but one of spiritual union, functioning in 2 ways. Firstly, the union between yourself and the infinite possibilities of experience, and second, the union between opposites. This also includes the mystical union of the holy guardian angel. By definition, all experiences are instances of love. Every experience is an instance of oneself uniting with a moment in the infinite possibilities of existence. As it says in Liber Al 2:9, remember all ye that existence is pure joy, that all the sorrows are but as shadows, they pass and are done. But there is that which remains. The book of the law also states distinctly that this must be done in according to love under will. As Crowley explains, this is to be taken as meaning that while will is the law, the nature of that will is love. But this love is, as it were, a byproduct of that will. It does not contradict or supersede that will. And if apparent contradiction should arise in any crisis, it is the will that will guide us aright. Lo, while in the book of the law is much of love, there is no word of sentimentality. Hate itself is almost like love. As brothers fight ye. All the manly races of the world understand this. The love of Liber Legis is always bold, virile, even orgiastic. There is delicacy, but it is the delicacy of strength, mighty and terrible and glorious as it is. However, it is but the peon upon the sacred lance of will. The Damascene inscription upon the swords of the night monks of Thelema. Aleister Crowley, Liber 2, The Message of the Master Therion. Likewise, Crowley also states in Liber Aleph, "It is written that love is the law, love under will. Herein is an arcanum concealed, for in the Greek language agape, love is of the same numerical value as Thelema, will. By this we understand that the universal will is the nature of love. Now love is the enkindling in ecstasy of two that will two become one. It is thus an universal formula of high magic. For see now how all things, being in sorrow caused by individuality, must of necessity will oneness as their medicine. Understand now that in yourselves is a certain discontent. Analyze well its nature. At the end is every case one conclusion. The ill springs from the belief in two things, the self and the not-self, and the conflict between them. This also is a restriction of the will. He who is sick is in conflict with his own body. He who is poor is at odds with society. And so for the rest. Ultimately, therefore, the problem is how to destroy this perception of duality, to attain the apprehension of unity." Aleister Crowley, Liber Aleph de Lege Libellum. For our actions must be a reflection of this creed, nor are we to interfere in the will of others, for that would be a violation of the law of Thelema, for as Crowley states, needless to say, of course, it is necessary to actually practice to use one's judgment in choosing the phenomenon, which one next proposes to assimilate. One should not necessarily shoot oneself or another out of mere curiosity. The right of choice is with the individual. At the same time, it should be remembered that the word of sin is restriction. The Book of the Law, 141. No other individual has any right to determine or restrict the choice of another except in such cases as the experience of one includes all practical purposes, the experience of the other, as in the case of parents and young children. Without will, love is aimless and subject to the passions of the ego, and not in line with the true will of the aspirant. For one who lacks will is like a rudderless boat mercilessly subject to the rocks and shoals of life. Equally so will without love is like an arrow without the wind to guide it. Love and will are to be balanced for spiritual union to be achieved. Love can also be considered a devotional love, like the devotion of a devotee for their deity. Example, Babalon. Within Thelema it is denoted that love permeates and binds all of creation, filling the aspirant with an overwhelming sense of wonder and awe as they gaze upon the reflection of God within Malkut. To love Babalon is to pour forth all that one is into her crater cup, withholding not a single drop. Babalon is called the holy whore because she gives herself freely and willingly to all living things. And it is this same level of annihilation that she asks of her devotees. When one devotes themselves to Babalon, they are called to become a babe of the abyss, and shed themselves of all connection to their psychological sense of self, in a similar fashion to the descent of Inanna through the 7 gates, each gate being guarded by an angelic spirit who invites the acolyte to contemplate a certain aspect of themselves they need to relinquish. In doing so does one cross the threshold of the spiritual into pure orgiastic and ecstatic joy. For at the end of this experience does one come to the knowledge and conversation of their holy guardian angel, and through that union of spiritual love does the acolyte become does the acolyte come to the realization of their highest spiritual self and true will. In conclusion, I say, let the love of the Holy Mother fill your heart, seeking out one's true will, which is your higher purpose or nature in this life, and follow that above all else, bringing it into harmony with divine love, forsaking all distraction, neither preventing nor restricting the will of others, and seeking spiritual union with the sum of all possible experience in nature, which is Babalon herself. In doing so, with balance of self, can one attain spiritual perfection and shine true like the star that they are. That is my sermon for tonight. I hope you liked it. I will be posting the sermon in full on the Abbey of the Dark Mother Facebook page. So if you have Facebook, then you will see the full sermon in its context there. Now, I will begin consecrating the bread and wine for the Red Mass itself. Yes, this will be posted on the YouTube channel, I believe, tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but it will be posted tomorrow, for sure. Hail, O great Mother! Holy is thy name, Babalon, so filled with mirth. Thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through the abyss to thy gate. Embrace me and bless me, O Scarlet Mother, crowned matron of our brotherhood. Take me now and accept the sacrifice offered under will. I messed up. This bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself in prayer. There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the law, do what thou wilt. Amen. And now the consecration of the wine. Glory unto the Scarlet Woman, Babalon, the mother of abominations that writhe upon the beast, for she has spilt their blood in every corner of the earth, and lo, she hath mingled in the cup of her whoredom. With the breath of her kisses has she fermented it, and hath become the wine of the sacrament, the wine of the Sabbath, and in the holy assembly has she poured it out for her worshippers. And they had become drunken thereon, so that face to face they beheld my Father. Thus are they made worthy to become partakers of the mystery of this holy vessel, for the blood is the life. O Babalon, Babalon, beloved, come now, partake of this sacrament, own this sanctuary, take me now. Let me get drunk with the wine of your dissolution. May your kisses corrupt me unto death. Accept the sacrifice offered under will. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, O great Mother Babalon. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. This Mass is concluded. Go in peace. Ad gloria nostra Domini Abisi. That concludes our tonight's Mass. I will be posting this on YouTube tomorrow. Also, another note, I do make mala beads for those who are interested in doing the call. I do have gemstone ones and candles. And you can contact me on here or on Instagram or on at my email with it, which is daathnihilus, all lowercase, daathnihilus at gmail.com. Anyways, if you have any other questions, also contact me on those areas as well. I will include links to my email in the description of this video and also on the YouTube link. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and Babalon bless you. 156.93.